I tried my best to keep my terror from showing on my face as we nervously placed our orders. Our choir club took up nearly half the seats in the rather small restaurant. Perhaps that was why the jumble of sounds all around me seemed so loud. I heard Senpai's voice alone, as though it were on an entirely different wavelength from the others. So you have a cat at home, Sayaka-chan? We have two, a tortoise shell and a piebald. At some point, we ended up talking about my home. Senpai still just wanted to ask all about me and my life. Are they cute? Yeah, especially now that they're friendlier than they used to be. Although I still thought they were cute, even when they didn't like me before. Hmm. Her reaction was ambiguous. Her eyes shifted to the left, as though she were thinking. Do you not like cats? I asked. Well, I'm just bad with animals and stuff. Bad with them? I can never tell what you're thinking. I guess I might be avoiding them because of that. That seemed unexpected coming from Senpai, considering how carefree and gentle she was herself. But I would kind of like to pet your house cats, Sayaka-chan. You would? Sure. I bet it'd be nice like you. What kind of wonderful person am I in Senpai's eyes? Right. Thinking about the cats, I smiled dryly. They weren't even my cats, so I doubted they were much like me. And so went my time at the restaurant with everyone. Or rather, with Senpai. Next, we went to the karaoke booth. When I tried to open my umbrella, Senpai beckoned me over. It's supposed to be pretty close, so why don't we share? I looked down at my half-opened umbrella and watched the remaining droplets of rain drip down it, then closed it again. If it's not any trouble. I went under Senpai's open umbrella. Welcome, Senpai declared with a wide smile. She kept the umbrella raised at the perfect level, reminding me of the differences in our heights, however small. The karaoke place really was very close. We reached it, without even walking for a full minute. That was short, Senpai pouted slightly, as she lowered her umbrella. We were led to our room as a group. I was shocked to learn that the karaoke booth could fit 20 people. I had imagined it would be a smaller, more private room. We crammed into the red seats. The middle was definitely uncomfortably snug, and it would probably be hard for those in the back to get to the door again. The room was full of loud music, even before we started singing, and the strange brightness unsettled me again, just like at the family restaurant. Senpai seemed to feel the same way, her eyes drifting around uneasily. We each ordered our drinks, and I started looking through the song list on the little screen. The president, on the other hand, was already making her next move. I'll use this occasion to make an announcement. Suddenly grabbing the mic, she walked around the room before we could start singing. Then, she grabbed my arm. Huh? We've decided that the next president will be Saeki Sayaka. I was still half standing when she hit me with this out of the blue. No one had told me I was officially the next president. Um, may I have a word, President? You mean former president? She grinned as she pulled me to my feet, pressed the mic into my hands, and bustled back to her seat before I could stop her. Please, go on with your inauguration speech. What? Wait, but why me? When I voiced my doubts over the mic, I was only met with applause. You're not even listening, I thought, dumbfounded. Our tradition is to pass the roll on to the second year with the highest grades, the president explained at last. I stared at her skeptically. What? Did you actually have the highest grades? At my question, the other club members laughed. Why, you little... The president roared dramatically. I used to be at the top of my class. Right now, yeah, maybe not so much. But still. She was acting indignant, but it wasn't terribly convincing. This might affect my grades too, so I'll have to decline. What do you mean, too? The president interjected. Oh, well, I'd like to decline, but it will put everyone else in a difficult position if I refuse, so. Ignoring the president, I gave up. Oh well, I had somewhat anticipated this after all. I breathed in. The sound of the club members' voices quieted by a degree. I'm not confident that I can really see this through, but I'll do my best. I look forward to working with you all. I decided to give the safest statement. Really, I wanted to say something a lot more extreme than that, but I held my true thoughts back. I hadn't asked for this in the first place, but I didn't want to bring the whole mood down. I couldn't bring myself to be that selfish. Caught up in the moment, the club members gave me a loud round of applause. Being showered with all their gazes and attention made me feel uneasy. Once I gave back the mic and sat down, Senpai told me, "Congrats!" I wasn't that happy about it. So I really did end up becoming a president. Not that I wanted to. You can't help that. How could I not help it? You're the prettiest one out of our whole club, for one thing, Senpai said in a quieter voice. Me? The prettiest? I was embarrassed. That doesn't have anything to do with being president. Then, suddenly, I didn't know what I was saying anymore. Embarrassment hit me in the belated wave. As Senpai smiled, I stole a glance at her profile. But I think you're pretty too, Senpai. Maybe even the prettiest, I thought, as I pinched my cheek slightly. There were so many faces lined up next to each other that I couldn't really tell. But to Senpai, at least, I was the prettiest. My face became a little hot. When we left the karaoke place, Senpai stuck close by my side. I sometimes looked at her, and sometimes couldn't bring myself to.